The numbers told the story. They always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gill Alexander on VSiN.
Hour number 3 of the numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, Sirius XM Channel 158. Gill Alexander, Kelley, Bydlon, here at Circa Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. This week, as I mentioned yesterday, Thursday, not just Bill Krakenberger, but courtesy of the Crack Man, Jay Cohen, one of the founders of the World Sports Exchange, going to join us. He has written a new book. It's called Odds Man Out. I devoured it this weekend. 2 sittings, 350 pages, on my phone, by the way, in PDF form. Didn't even have the hard copy.
Oh, gosh.
Off my phone.
On your phone.
That's how good it was.
Wow.
I'm nearsighted. It's easy for me on the phone. Spectacular. Can't wait to have Jay Cohen on the show. Lots of questions. I got some tough questions, too.
I'm looking forward to it.
What just happened with the ear? What just happened right now?
Yeah, see this little box that controls our audio, when it loses battery power, it becomes a little useless. So if I'm going to hear you, I don't really want anything in my ear.
Sorry about that. By the way, Kelley often leaves the studio on breaks. Not often, but, multiple times a show. Not multiple. A couple times
once a show. Once a show.
Okay.
To be fair.
Because his bladder is not as powerful as some other people. And today, or just now, he came back in the studio and he says to me, what do you say to me?
I got to tell you about this bathroom story on air. Okay?
Gotta tell me about a bathroom
First
story.
of all, packed bathroom at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. Oh, my God, I forgot what day it was, too. You did that at the beginning of the show.
Can we interject this? We love Circa. We love this place. It's the greatest sports book on earth. It's the greatest pool experience at Stadium Swim. The bathroom design of the building is a little quirky.
Very sneaky.
There are none on this side of the building. You have to go to the other side of the building.
You have to go to the other side of the building. So I got to run to the other side of that book in 3.5 minutes, right behind that big screen, right where it says fuel.
What happened?
So I'm in there. It's like clearly guy's first week doing the bathroom attendant job, because there's probably 3 or 4 dudes lined up at the urinal, and he just walks in and starts asking everybody how they're doing. It was really
it's awkward.
I almost lost it. I was the only guy who answered. I'm like, I'm doing well. How you doing, man? He literally went one by one. He's like, how are you?
Did you raise your arm and point? Did you really do that?
I did not do
Oh, okay.
I really raised the head, though.
I was going to say. That was pretty daredevilish. Jason.
I was dying laughing. That was hilarious. He's like, hey. He's like, how are you guys? How are you?
He's just schmoozing for tips.
It was very nice. Very nice guy.
Jason Stark also saw Public Enemy open for GNR, Guns N' Roses, a couple weeks ago at Saratoga. Wow. Funniest thing of that was Flava Flav was at the horse track the day before and did Riders Up. Wow.
That's an amazing picture he included.
He sure did. Flava towering over the jockey. Stringfellow Hawk, you thought a donut, you tried to glaze me. Oh, yes, Eric B. and Rakim. Eric B. is president. Make him clap to this. I got your back, Gill. Thank you, Stringfellow. Oversight on my part. Jeff Erickson letting everybody know he'll be on the show here momentarily, and we are excited to have him here momentarily. Jeff's going to come on, talk fantasy with us. He's got some plays in Major League Baseball for us here momentarily, and he also lets us know that, of course, he and Nick Whalen will be on Prop Points top of the hour. All of that. And then Willie B. Benton. Don't look now, Gil, but 16-year-old American and 2026 junior Roland Garros runner-up Michael Antonius is absolutely bodying Henry Searle in qualifiers this morning. Second consecutive day, a 16-year-old wildcard won their qualifying match. The future is bright. Thanks for chiming in on that. We appreciate it. Okay. We never like to see a man lose his job, nor a lady.
No.
But because the little corner of the world that we come from is about profiting and making money on wagering, well, we're not above talking about first NFL head coach fired. This is a very, can we say that we kind of smile at the expense of whoever, like this is
it's
fun.
It's kind of like we love fewest wins more than most wins.
We do.
To me, this is like this.
Yeah.
To me, this is more interesting than Coach of the Year.
Well put. More interested. Okay. So who's the favorite? Who's the short shot?
Your boy.
Dan Quinn, Washington Commodores, 2-1. And I don't disagree. The schedule is brutality early in the season. And although Adam Peters hired him a couple years back, if this goes terribly wrong, I don't disagree with him being the short shot. Todd Bowles is interesting. Todd Bowles is next at plus 350. Todd Bowles, as at the helm of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it has been 4 seasons. You know what the records have been? 8-9, 9-8, 10-7, 8-9. Mediocrity. What did they do in the playoffs? Lost in the wild card round first year, won the wild card round the second year, but then lost in the divisional round. Third year, lost to Jaden Daniels in the wild card round. Last year, missed the playoffs entirely. The thing with Todd Bowles is that the Bucs, and you can sort of document this from year to year, every one of those seasons, they started out great. 2-0, 2-0, 3-1, 3-0, and even 5-1 that season. And then it just goes terribly wrong in the middle of the season every single one of those years. Year by year, losing 5 of 6 after that, losing 7 of 9, losing 5 of 6, lost 4 of 5 after that first run.
Right.
So if Todd Bowles doesn't even get out to the good start, which is usually his staple, or if they again have the midseason swoon, I understand why he's plus 350.
Very fairly on the hot seat.
Yes.
Right. Both the guys we started with, I think absolutely belong at the top here.
Aaron Glenn is 4-1 because, well, how can I put this? He's Aaron Glenn, and they're the Jets.
Like,
I don't have much to add on that.
A little shocking he's even back to start this year.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Although this is a team I keep getting closer and closer and closer to betting over a win total on.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor's 9-1. The Bengals don't fire people, and they certainly don't fire a mid-season. So I just have trouble with this one.
Well, I get the Zach Taylor because I think a lot of us just over the years have been like, do we even know if Zach Taylor's a good coach, or is it just Joe Burrow here's the ball and throw it to Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah. Do we know if Pat Riley's a good coach? I mean, same thing.
Yeah.
Do we know if Phil Jackson's a great coach? I don't know.
I think Phil's the better, yeah.
Really? Because you had Shaq and Kobe, and then you had a guy by the name of MJ before that. So I don't know.
No, I meant that's the better comparison.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is a better comparison. Here's the guy I'm looking at. Shane Steichen, I'm looking at you. 10-1. Now, Shane Steichen's career at the helm of the Indianapolis Colts goes a little something like this in 3 years. 9-8, 8-9, 8-9. That's mediocrity too. But guess what? Those records, unlike Todd Bowles with the Bucs, who's playing in the NFC South, that doesn't get you anywhere in the AFC South. Those 9-8, 8-9, 8-9 records, miss playoffs. And remember last year, the first year, they missed the playoffs after losing a win and in season finale to the Texans. Who could forget that? Is that the game where Todd says he beat me in the Megapod because of that? Yeah. Was that the Davis Mills game? Yes. Was that the Lovie Smith game? Yeah. That was Lovie Smith's last flipping the bird to the Texans.
That was incredible.
So by winning, in other words, they didn't get the better draft pick. 2024, Shane Steichen and the Colts, they were eliminated from playoff contention late in the year following a Week 17 loss to the Giants, of all teams. And then last year, remember, they started out 8-2. Who could forget, right?
Yeah.
And then they suffered a late season collapse, lost its final 7 games to miss the playoffs for Steichen's third consecutive year. So Steichen's 0-3 on making the playoffs, and last year was the most dramatic fall. They lost their last 7 games. I forgot that detail.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a great call by you because I kind of glossed over that yesterday when I was kind of looking at these. So
Shane Steichen, to me, that's the one that falls off the cliff the quickest.
Now, does he get a Daniel Jones injury excuse?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think he will get that excuse. Because he has 3 seasons where he didn't make the playoffs, and people aren't going to give him that out.
This is also like things that might come into play with a after the season voted on award. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's some of those things that can come into play more with those conversations, Gill. But when we were talking about this is just a fan base and owner reaction in the middle of a season. All it takes is a bad start after a bad finish to the season last year.
Totally.
I'm with you. Steichen 10-1. That's a good call.
Yeah. Anybody else longer than that?
I mean, I'll bring him up. We talked about him last segment. I've never fully understood it, but my God, do people hate Nick Sirianni? I mean, if that city's going to go nuts if this team gets off to a slow start. 20-1. I have no idea why Kevin O'Connell's there with him. At those same odds. I could see a world where that happens with Nick Sirianni. I don't think it happens with Kevin O'Connell at all.
You know,
the one I wanted to ask you about with this market is...
Wait, can we not... Let's okay, ask the question. I'll get back to Sirianni.
No, go to Sirianni. Then I've got a bunch of long shots I'm going to throw at you.
Unlike what I just told you about Todd Bowles and Nick Sirianni. Here are the Eagles' records in his 5
I
years.
know, it's incredible, man.
Okay, first year they were 9-8. They lost in the wild card round. Still got to the playoffs though.
Yep.
Second year, 14-3, lost in the Super Bowl to the Chiefs.
Yep.
Won the NFC East.
Super Bowl.
Third year, finished 11-6, lost in the wild card round to the Bucs. Fourth year, won the Super Bowl. Won the NFC East, 14-3, won the Super Bowl, beat the Chiefs.
Super Bowl.
Last year, reached the playoffs for the 5th consecutive year, losing the wild card round of the Niners. So in other words, he's 5 for 5 of the playoffs. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1 of the Super Bowls. The other 3 years, he did lose to the wild card round. But you can't fire the dude with that record.
Gil, I wouldn't think so either, but did you hear any of the public reaction around this Eagles team last year? It made it sound like he was running this thing into the ground.
No, wait a minute. I was a guy when he gave up coordinatorship, right? When he gave up play calling.
Yeah.
Then I was one of the guys who was like, well, if this did go wrong, now this was a year or 2 ago, I can't remember now, where I was like, okay, well, if it goes wrong after he lets go, then what is he really standing on? But now we're 5 years in, you can't fire him on like a 5-game losing streak even now. The record is too good.
I don't think so. But it's Philly. Who knows the public reaction that goes into a 5-game losing streak to start? I don't know.
One thing I can think we agree on, he's damn likable, that's for sure.
Yeah, right, yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, real quick. Are we sure that a first-year coach can't get fired?
Oh, no, we're not. If you go 0-10,
it's rarely happened.
Yeah. Who are you thinking about?
Like Urban Meyer and Bobby Petrino.
No, but who are you thinking about currently?
On the other side.
Kelley Bydlon with the T's. Jeff Erickson will join us as well. It's a numbers game at VSiN. You're here because you want an edge. That's what separates listeners from winners. But let's be real, mindset alone doesn't get bets home. Pros win because they've got the tools, the data, and the discipline. And now so can you. VSiN Pro gives you access to the same real-time insights the sharps use. No secrets, no fluff, just actionable info that moves markets. Tap the link and see why serious bettors are turning knowledge into profit with VSiN Pro.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Kelley, you okay? You all right? Yeah, all right. Let's get his act together. Most people think sports betting is about picking winners. Ungambled, built on a different idea. Match betting and arbitrage is a tool that teaches you how to use sportsbook bonuses and promotional offers to capture value, whether or not your side covers. And Ungambled backs it up. If you don't turn a profit on your bankroll in 8 weeks, they refund your membership. To learn more, start with the free guide at ungambled.com/VSiN. That's ungambled.com/VSiN and use promo code VSiN for 10% off. Bet sharp, look square. We were going to start off talking baseball with Jeff Erickson, but why don't we bring in Jeff for your coach long shot, first fired, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Jeff Erickson joins us now. He is, of course, the co-host of Prop Points at the top of the hour, which he does each and every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern here on the network, which he does with Nick Whalen. Jeff joins us now, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. Jeff, we're, first of all, good morning to you, sir. How are you? You good? Yeah?
Good morning. Doing well.
Good.
The media tour day for Jeff Erickson, apparently.
Yeah, I copied you on a couple extra tweets. Sorry about that, boys.
Oh, that's okay.
It's okay. I enjoyed seeing it.
Yeah, he's tweeting us about what he's going to do at home later. He's going to wash some dishes. He's going to. What are you doing?
Exactly.
What's the day filled with today for you?
I already did a podcast. I don't know if you guys have ever had my good friend Christopher Harris on. If not, you should. He's great. Harris Football did his podcast on 5 safe players that we could each were drafting and had to define what safe meant and all that. That was the start of it today. But after you guys, I've got Prop Points in about 45 minutes. Looking forward to that. We've got a big draft today. It's the RotoWire Steak League where we have a big side bet every year. We do a steak dinner with a group of us here at Taylor's Steakhouse in LA, and the bottom 4 teams have to pay for the top 4 teams essentially. Although last place has a double share of paying. And so this is a big auction. This is a very big league. Who cares about winning the league? You just don't want to be a buyer.
Yeah.
So that includes drinks, desserts, appetizers, you name it. Just no doggy bags. You can only eat for yourself. No like stupid $200 bottles of wine or anything like that. But that's a big thing.
I love like detailed traditions. They have to follow precise rules. And it also occurs to me, this is why women will never understand us. Things like this, right? They're like, what are you doing with your fake football league?
It's stuff that gets tougher as you get older is finding time with your male friends, right? This is a punishment and a way to go spend some time with your friends.
Wait, I can't leave this hanging. So not to rehash the podcast that you did, but give us the 5 safe players that you came up with.
So, and I tried to do different price points there. I think Derrick Henry's an obvious one. You're always going to be able to get him at the end of the second round. There's some age concerns, sure, but he's also superhuman. He's also an alien. He's different than everybody else. Devontae Smith on the Eagles, I love clicking on him. He's not the trendy receiver anymore. He was for about 12 seconds, but then other people passed him by again in ADP. At tight end, it's a sneaky one. Harold Fannin, I think, is just super safe. He did this with 3 bad quarterbacks last year. I don't care that Deshaun Watson's starting this year. He's a good player and should be drafted where he's going, and he's at a very safe price. My favorite one is Dak Prescott. There's always money in the banana stand when it comes to Dak Prescott. You want to wait on quarterbacks. He's there. You got a floor of 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. It's just he's always there as QB 10, and I know I can just click on him, and I know I'm going to be fine.
Was that 4 or 5? I counted 4.
That's 4. Okay. Math is hard. Yeah. Bear with me as I have to remember exactly who I had as the 5th.
That's
one.
All right. As you were thinking about that, I will just say that of those 4, the only one I was surprised by, because I found myself not into 3 of those 4, I was a little surprised by Devonta Smith. Me
too. I'm very interested to see how he does this year with Jalen Hurts questions, I guess, although I'm a little bit more confident in him than most too, it seems. But no AJ Brown there is a big deal. Yeah. And how he performs as the guy.
Jeff, did we figure out the 5th?
Yes, we did. It's DeAndre Swift. He never like a huge ceiling guy, but the Bears running offense is going to be good again. Ben Johnson's fantastic at designing run plays. And Kyle Monunga is already hurt. They didn't bring in any real competition at running back. Swift is going to be a solid guy. And he actually was very efficient last year too. You're getting 30 to 40 catches and around 1,000 rushing yards. I'll take that as my RB2 all the time.
Not Kelley's favorite Swift. And it's not Taylor Swift either. Phil Swift, the proprietor of Flex Seal, still Kelley's favorite Swift.
Dude, have you seen like the newest commercials?
Yes. He takes like we're
gonna take our same old boat, Gill. We're gonna punch some holes in it. We're gonna use the Flex Seal putty. 5 steel arrows through a boat, and then claims you can Flex Seal them and go haphazardly on the
lake. New Billy Mays. I love it.
Oh, he's amazing.
Amazing. What a role model.
Which is a bridge to Billy Swift, Mariners and Rangers. Great if we want to keep on going down the Swift boat play here.
Okay, do this professionally.
Real quick before we get to your baseball plays, we were just going over first NFL coach fired. I don't know if this is a thing that you have thought of, but this is a market that we find, at the expense of someone losing their job. But it's pretty interesting from a gambling perspective. For me, the best value on the board that I saw was Shane Steichen of the Colts at 10-1. I'm not sure if you have any thoughts. We thought the favorites though are correct.
Yeah, and I didn't see all the lines.
Can we throw that up on the screen for him? Yeah.
Steichen's an obvious one just because the Colts, I think they are at a bit of a crossroads. They made a big trade last year for Sauce Gardner. They gave up their future to try to win now. Yeah. They're committed to Daniel Jones. I mean, I get all that. My guy, Zach Taylor, can't believe he's the dean of the AFC North coaches right now.
The dean.
This is the world we live in. Yeah. But he has to get off to a good start this year. The thing working against that is the Bengals never do bold moves.
They never do
in season.
Yeah,
never ever do. Aaron Glenn. We've seen plenty of organizational history. That makes plenty of sense. I like that one. I think that's pretty good. Todd Bowles. I mean, the vibes haven't been great with the Bucs. That's the one thing, and I think he's exactly the type of coach that could mess up like a go for it, don't go for it. Use your challenge, not use your challenge situation there. He struggled with that in the past. So I can see that as well. Some of these are kind of crazy, like Campbell. Come on.
Yeah.
Vrabel, Salah. Come on.
Ridiculous.
Those guys aren't getting fired this year.
Yeah. And by the way, we were talking about Sirianni, and I was saying there's no way you can fire him. I will say this because you brought up the 4th down stuff, like go for it, not go for it. He is the worst. Like he completely is like, what will I get the least booze from? I'll do this now. It feels like with Sirianni. There's never any method to it, in my opinion. So anyway, if you were, I don't know, I don't want to hold you to a bet here, but what looks good to you? Anything here? No bet.
I'd say Steichen because I don't think the Colts are good.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're in real trouble. And I'm not even buying the whole Daniel Jones is doing every play in camp thing. I mean, he is. I'm not disputing that. I'm not buying that when it comes to when it matters, it'll be good.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be a rough team.
That's my guy in this. They lost 7 in a row to end last season. Okay, to Major League Baseball, you have a couple K props for us. You have a side, you have a total. Let's start with the strikeout props for us.
All right, let's go Aaron Nola to start off with here. First of all, right-handed pitchers strike out more batters in Safeco. All right, I'm going to call it Safeco. Bear with me here. You know what I'm saying. In T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Nola has been cromulent lately. He's been a guy that's pitched a lot better recently than he has earlier in the year. He's much better on the road than he is in Citizens Bank Ballpark. He's had 8, 9, and 8 strikeouts respectively the last 3 times out. We are paying minus money for the 5.5. If you want to, live dangerously, I too like to live dangerously. Go to 6.5, get some plus money. Best 5.5 price I found was minus 120 at Circa.
Did you do any prediction markets at all, Jeff? At all?
I don't.
Oh yeah, because people are
don't, and I'm behind the curve. I know I'm behind the curve.
I only bring it up because
I just never got into it.
I only bring it up because Joe Pita gave a great talk at Bet Bash, and he was talking about how he manipulates K-prop markets specifically, but also with pricing. It's just a whole sidebar heaven of that kind of thing. You also have a Jacob deGrom K-prop for us today.
Yeah, Chicago White Sox strikeout. First of all, the last 30 games, their strikeout percentage is over 25%. Against righties, it's over 23%. At home, it's over 23%. All top 10 figures. Jacob deGrom rolled last time out. Health concerns are gone. We're getting that K prop at a pretty nice price. We're getting the over 6.5 Ks at minus 110 at Circa again. Circa's been pretty good on the prices lately. I like the deGrom over 6.5 strikeout prop.
All right. Am I allowed to call them the surging Kansas City Royals? I think that's an exaggeration. They're not going anywhere, but they did sweep the Tigers. They're at Rogers Center in Toronto. What are you playing here?
Let's say hot. The Kansas City Royals there. I mean, hey, anytime a team has won 8 in a row, you got to classify them as such. I like the pitching matchup, Lugo versus Scherzer. I think Scherzer is a guy that you can attack. I know he's been a little bit better lately than he was earlier this year. But I'm just going to keep riding the Royals wave a little bit here, betting against Scherzer and getting plus money to do so. Plus 116 over at, I think that was, I forgot to write the book. Oh, it was DraftKings is where I found that one at.
Royals, for those scoring at home, 8 games out of a playoff position, 8 games out of a wild card. And then finally, the Rockies and the Nationals today in D.C.
Yeah, and anytime I get a Nationals game at 8.5, I'm automatically interested there. It's not a Cade Cavalli start, so it doesn't mean we're getting a good national starter. They've been reliably over all year long, and the Rockies are rolling out a guy making his debut in Mason Adams. So I like Andrew Alvarez, but you also get the Nats bullpen. So let's go with the over on that game.
Jeff, thank you so much. We'll check you out at Prop Points, top of the hour with Nick, and good luck in your big old draft today as well.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Jeff Erickson, everybody. At Jeff with a J _ Erickson. He's not one of these G-offs.
No, he's not.
No
confusion there.
No confusion at all. How about a fast futures look from DraftKings next? These are great on a numbers game. Coming up.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Hey, don't sleep on our VSiN Pro Intro offer. You can sign up now for as little as $9.99. You get daily best bets, exclusive betting splits, full access to tools and data, all of that within the package here. And don't forget, with all that, betting guides as well. Instant access to our college football betting guide, daily best bets, as I said, real-time betting splits from DraftKings and Circa, AI-powered prop projections, 24/7 video on the VSiN Watch app, all of that. And next week, our updated NFL betting guide drops with post-preseason updates. Betting systems, all of that, $9.99 or save 50% with a VSiN Pro annual subscription. VSiN.com/subscribe. That's VSIN.com/subscribe. We get tweets beating the book. Jack Olaquire checking back in. He says, Kelley, FYI, Jimmy and I, that's Jimmy Olaquire and Jack Olaquire.
Yep.
Now, they'll be in town September 10th to sign up for Circa Contest. Definitely a stop by the A&G studio. We're also hoping the interview Jimmy and I did for the quest for $18.7 million makes it past the cutting room floor.
We'll see.
We shall see. Only 2 episodes left, I believe.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I think there's a lot of Kelley interviews that were left on the cutting room floor. So
Kelley Bydlon, very excited about Kelley Bydlon being on the show, though.
Kelley did a great job.
Skit, I'm in Florida. Oh, no, we're 50 cents ahead of a move in a tennis match. This is never good. He says, I'm in Florida. We only have Hard Rock available. Cantina Lis, which I got at minus 149, is now minus 200, he says. Do you still see value, or should I go for a game/set spread? Minus 2.5 games, minus 120. Straight sets is plus 125. Well, I won't comment on that last part because I'd have to run the numbers, but I would not play it at minus 200. No, I would not. Scrabble Star, Gill. Sorry, I'm way behind, but have to say that I'd temper my expectations for the Bears scoring. The 2013 Broncos had Peyton tossing 55 touchdown passes and almost 5,500 yards, replacing Caleb. Yeah, he means Williams. He said Wilson. Replacing Caleb Williams in that equation doesn't compute. Also, their foes will be prepared. Well, Scrabble Star, I think you and I disagree. You don't have to be Peyton Manning.
Waiting for the first.
I'm just trying to get him the most passing yards.
First Chicago Caleb mistake. Finally
Finally
heard it. I was waiting for that one.
Mark J. Wilson. Oh, he's Ryan Kramer was on with Dave and Jensen before. He has Vatek going all the way. He says Kramer's is a Vatek alum. Chokey's gonna choke, especially with the king of chokers at the helm. Wow. I don't know if you know this, Kelley, but that was a play on Hokies.
Yes.
Bill Walsh, not that Bill Walsh. Didn't realize how much of the show my 11-year-old son had been picking up this summer until we got in the car a little while ago, and he goes, hey, Kelley's back from Nashville. Enjoy the temporary bump in the preteen demo. School starts Thursday.
There we go.
Yes.
All right.
Hey.
We're skewing younger, Gill.
Yeah, man. You know, before we had a lockdown on the highly coveted 55 to 75-year-old demo, but we have spread out.
Oh, don't worry. I might have to spend 20 to 30 minutes yesterday after the show helping someone with their app.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, don't worry. We still got that demo locked up.
Oh, man.
Danny helped out, too.
Colin Murphy. I think Aaron Glenn needs to be at the top of that list. First coach fired. Eric B.
No, I got to give you my long shot still.
Eric B., though not Eric B. and Rakim, but Eric B. Iceberg _Mountain. I agree with Eric Jefferson. Have Chris Harris on the show. Ask him about his mixtapes. Jeff knows about him. Are you calling Jeff Erickson Eric Jefferson? That's funny. No Emu Doug. Are we sure the 49ers and Browns won't play poorly due to national shame and embarrassment? Okay. And Chance Copperpot. For my fast future, I took the Vikings exactly 3 wins after 5 games at plus 228. Okay, real quick before we get to Kelley's, because we have a lot to get to.
I got a lot of things to clean up.
We have a lot of things to clean up. One is the Taco Tuesday thing. Let's start with that.
You want to start with that?
Yeah.
Beyond fascinating, and thank you for how many people tweeted in about Taco John's, because when you read the first one,
Sean's Fox Place, thank you for sending that out as well.
When you read the first one, I was like, all right, so someone from a region of the country is getting upset and protected.
I thought the same thing.
Taco John's held the trademark
since 1989.
Since 1989 to like roughly 5 years ago.
Unsullied since 1989.
In every state but New Jersey. Don't ask me about why New Jersey, but every state but New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So what we were joking about with LeBron and Taco Bell earlier, became a thing. So Taco Bell basically challenged Taco John in trademark court or wherever you do this at.
Well, Taco John must have brought it up. Oh, well, maybe they didn't bring it up.
Taco John had been trying to enforce it as much as they possibly could over that 20-year span or whatever that was. And Taco Bell decided to fight back finally, saying that it was way too common used of a phrase that they could not claim to have that sole come up with that and to own that, right? Own the rights of that because it's used everywhere. Basically, Taco John couldn't afford to fight Taco Bell in court.
I cannot stand our
So they lost this. This is now it is a what was it? Fair use or common use phrase.
What's the point of them even having it then?
I know that sucks. You just don't have enough money to enforce it when a massive conglomerate like Yum, isn't it Yum Foods or whatever that owns Taco Bell, comes after you.
The fact that you know the umbrella company.
Dude, the umbrella company. It's KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell.
Okay, other thing to clean up. Who was your long shot coach to get fired first?
Okay, so it's very unlikely, right, that a first-year coach gets fired. But you just kind of read a tweet about it. Man, there's a couple nightmare scenarios brewing, and one of them I see in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know that anybody was all that excited for Todd Monken to be hired in the first place. I know I was a little shocked to hear that Todd Monken was going to be taking over as a head coach. You've got this disaster at quarterback. You're telling me there's not a scenario where Cleveland starts out like 0-7 and just Deshaun is all of a sudden hurt and we don't see him for months and months and months, and Todd Monken, thanks for coming in, but we've got to reset this entire thing.
Brass Monken.
He's 100-1.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know it's very unlikely for a first-year guy.
You know what? I don't hate it.
I mean, we were joking about some of the other ones. Like there are.
Do you like that kind of positive corroboration? You know what? I don't hate it.
Oh, it's better. Yeah, I do. It's better than you just changing the topic and moving on, because that means you disagree.
Lukewarm corroboration, but I don't hate it.
It's like the Hardwood Handicappers group chat.
Mm-hmm.
One of us throws out a bet in there and there's no response whatsoever. It's very clear that the other two did not like it.
It's like the equivalent of I don't disagree with that.
Okay. Like some of these other names on the list we didn't even get to. They're kind of like Kyle Shanahan's 40-1.
Yeah, stop it.
Jim Harbaugh, 50-1. What does Jim Harbaugh have to do to get fired this year? It would have to be a disaster.
Recruiting violations?
Recruiting violations. Okay, I'm all caught up.
Okay,
I just wanted to make sure to get that. We got to the Taco John thing.
All right, we'll bleed this into the next segment, but we were talking about this yesterday. DraftKings has these thing called fast futures, not just DraftKings, right? Caesars has
September specials.
It's not called fast futures, right? September specials, still 3 games in September. But essentially, it's like sort of the equivalent of our monthly baseball bets. In other words, it just reduces the ramp, reduces the runway on these things. All my metaphors are stinking up here. But you got 3 games to make bets on. So passing leader after 3 weeks, for instance, right? Fast futures. Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, plus 750 for most passing yards. And you will see that Matthew Stafford is the shortest of the shots for most passing touchdowns at 9-1. First column, passing yards, if it's too small for you. Second column, most passing touchdowns with the corresponding betting odds. But this is a 3-game arc. That's all you just look at schedules and you try to figure it out. Now, football is a little more difficult than baseball. Baseball, individual sport disguised as a team sport. Football, the ultimate team sport. So there's a lot of moving parts here. Some people would analyze are any of these quarterbacks facing 3 really bad secondaries in a row? How do you assess the secondaries, though, because nothing has been played so far? Are you going to rely on your priors? Are you good at who the replacements are? So there's a lot of handicapping going on here. Would you make a bet?
I think I would. There is a long shot, not listed. First of all, I think Dak Prescott should be the favorite. I would even have him above Joe Burrow. Like we are very familiar with that offense, and great breakdown, right? And I think some of the continuity that you have on the offense, especially with these receivers, is huge. So look, I think Dak, Joe Burrow, we've seen these guys do it before. Matthew Stafford, we understand it, but Dak gets to face the Giants on the road, and then Washington at home, and then Baltimore. What's that in Rio? Brazil. What I still can't believe the Dallas Cowboys and Lamar Jackson are playing overseas, but they are. That's a pretty soft beginning. I think he's deserved favorite. I think betting him at plus 750 isn't crazy for most passing yards. Long shot play.
You're going with Cam Ward.
No.
Oh, where are you going with?
His opponent week 1.
Oh.
Geno Smith.
Oh, God.
55-1. It's Tennessee, Green Bay, and Detroit. Tennessee, like real ball game, but then you're playing catch up against Green Bay and at Detroit.
Yeah.
It's going to be leaning a lot on Geno to throw that ball around.
Playing catch-up matters here.
I mean, that's why Jacoby Brissett's 20-1, right? Is that it's not because they think Jacoby Brissett's great. It's because the Cardinals suck and they got to play catch-up.
What's Geno's number?
55.
What is Caleb Williams' number? Because I'm going to stick with my season-long guy here in the first three games. 22-1, just off the board. Most passing yards, he's 22-1? Well, he should be on the board then. I guess he moved up.
They did move you from yesterday. He's right.
I mean, Caleb Williams would be my shot at 22-1. But, I mean, these are, again, different ways. Remember, before baseball season, we always said the beauty of the baseball menu is there's like, say what you will about prediction markets, and I love prediction markets, but sports books will always have a place because the breadth of their menu is awesome. DraftKings may be the greatest example of that. People love betting different things. I'm glad that they're, with every passing year, football expands as well. And these fast futures are great. We'll get to a couple more on the other side. We'll also recap the bets. I got 5 tennis plays today. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
One more thing on the Taco Tuesday thing. And by the way, to everybody, enjoy your Taco Tuesdays around the country today.
Yes.
I don't know, how did we get on this in the first place? I don't even remember anymore.
You forgot which day it was off the top of the show.
Said Happy Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. And then boom. And then LeBron got brought up. Taco
Tuesdays at Nick's Crispy Tacos in San Francisco for years on Polk Street. Oh, my God. So it was Taco John's had it in 49 states. They abandoned it in 2023 because, as you said, they were not interested in going through a long, protracted, costly legal fight. Well, the 50th state, Taco Tuesday trademark was owned by Gregory's Restaurant and Bar in Summers Point, New Jersey, pardon me. They, too, in October of 2023, said they capitulated. They're like, well, we're not getting in this fight either. We're not gonna defend our trademark.
It's incredible. Taco Bell, big stack Taco Bell, just pushing everybody around. Can you afford to come play with us? Nope, you can't.
What a system.
Good idea. 30 years ago. We're gonna kill it.
What a system.
That really is sad.
An LFC title record says elementary students were a rising demographic for you guys until JVT ruined Christmas. Oh, I don't know that story. Did he ruin Christmas?
Oh, yeah. He said something on air.
About Santa?
Yeah.
I think I did that once about the Easter Bunny, like 15 years, 20 years ago. Sorry, kids. No, Tooth Fairy. I did the Tooth Fairy. Pardon me, I really Tooth Fairy. Okay, man. We have 5 tennis bets today. They're all real, kids. 5 tennis bets today. Yesterday, we split on the dogs, made 35 cents. Took all day long. I didn't take all day long, but the matches were late. Today, you got 5 matches strewn. Let's end where we began. Strewn throughout the day. On the men's side, we'll take the 2 on the men's side at the bottom there first, because I think these are the first to go. Rinky Hijikata, I got it plus 102 versus Rafael Collignon. You can get him at a better number, about 10, 15 cents better. So I'm on the wrong side of that. Now, Cantina Alice, we have 50 cents of CLV in some spots, at least anywhere between 35 to 50 cents of CLV versus Benjamin Bonzi. That was a misprice. If you rarely see me play favorites of the high minus 140s, now you know the reason why. He's minus 200. What does all that mean? That means we had 50 cents on a Shuai Zhang match last week, and she lost. So it doesn't mean a darn thing. Let's just get them both. Rinky Hijikata and Cantina Alice, spelled Quentin Hallis on the men's side. Those 2 plays. And then on the ladies' side,
Quentin Hallis.
Zhang Shuai, minus 125 versus Maria Timofeeva. Anna Bondar, minus 130 versus Kristina Buxa, and Daria Vidmanova, minus 145 versus Kimberly Burrell. So a weird day for us, because usually I'm all about the plus money and all the time plus money. I mean, what did you say? 85% plus money for me? 80%? Something like that?
If someone randomly asked me to guess on your tennis bet, I would say 75% dogs.
Yeah.
75% women.
I don't think the women part is right, but I know that you
don't think it's that high?
I don't think it's that high.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check. And then a U.S. Open, Iga to win the U.S. Open at 7-1. She's plummeting. Carlos Alcaraz, misspelled there on the screen, to win the U.S. Open at plus 175. By the way, you can get a better number than I did. He's about plus 1. You got to shop around, because some spots he's lower than that, some spots he's better than that. So check it out. But again, 4 months off with the wrist injury. We shall see how Carlitos goes. U.S. Open pod Friday with Drew Dinsick and hopefully Zach Cohen as well. Can't wait. Post-draw. Draw coming up on Thursday.
Wow, you get Zach just back from Europe and Drew just before he goes to Hawaii.
That's right.
He's way to go. Way to thread the needle there.
And then I made these bets in the NFL. Nick Bonito, Defense Player of the Year, 14-1, and Caleb Williams, passing yards leader, 20-1.
I stayed at my desk till 7:30 last night writing for Adam Burke, doing our homework assignments.
How many more best bets did you do?
I've got 3 so far, but there's a couple others I might add. The Jets I hinted at earlier. I keep staring at that win total.
I think I'm only going to have 2 in there.
I think I'm going over on the Jets win total, and it's going to be gross. NBA bet, finally got around to this. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Montez Buzelis to win most improved player at 40-1.
What percentage of our audience do you think know where
great
Matas Buzelis plays.
I'll go with 13%. He is on the Chicago Bulls. Okay, Chicago Bulls. I am over on their win total. Good second year, age 21, 16.3 points per game for Matas Buzelis in 77 games played and started. Almost 6 rebounds, over 2 assists. That team going to be a little bit better this upcoming year. He's going to continue to be a focal point, though, as they try to build around him. Third-year player, you and I often talk. That's that timeline you're looking for with those fourth-year players. And I think the top of that market is flawed. It is a bunch of second-year players that are the favorites there.
And historically, second-year players do not register.
Don't do well, and we've had, in recent years, voters or guys that are, they're not voters every year, but like Brian Windhorst of the world have said they will not consider a second-year player for that award. That says a lot.
By the way, can I say this about Brian Windhorst, who has been on this show, but not for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
One of the few guys on mainstream media, regardless of sport, who every time he talks, I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I think he does a great job with being careful.
Yes.
And when he chooses his words.
Oh, and when he gets animated about something, he picks his spots well. Drew Dinsick, earlier on the show, Drew at whale_capper on Twitter, Deep Dive Podcast, Bet the Edge Podcast. Felix Auger-Aliassime to win the U.S. Open on the men's side, 30-1. FAA got to the semis last year, got to the semis 1 year before that, I think 2021. He's not playing anything in week 3 of the preseason. He is punting on that. But week 1 of the National Football League regular season, he's got a couple totals. Buccaneers, Bengals under 51.5. Commanders, Eagles under 48. Was he under on both of those? We sure about that?
Yeah,
he was.
Under on both.
Okay,
yep.
Under on both. Bucks, Bengals, Commodores, Eagles, under 48.
I couldn't help but nod along to those. I don't know about you.
Mark Borchardt. You may know him as base winner. Cardinals, first 5, team total over 2.5 plus 105 versus the Birds today. I guess they're both Birds versus the O's. Pirates, the Buccos, plus 109 versus the Padres. Freddie Freeman over 1.5 total bases at plus 114 for the Doyers today. And then not one parlay, but 2 parlays. Steve Fezzik, if you're out there, but earmuffs. Guardians money line, Dodgers money line, plus 177. And then the parlay of the Royals, Blue Jays, F5 over 4 with the Cubbies, Diamondbacks, first 5 over 4 as well. So a parlay on first 5 overs, a parlay on full game money line.
That's as many bets from Mark Borchardt as I remember in a while.
Jeff Erickson, colloquially known as Eric Jefferson. Aaron Nola over 5.5 Ks for the Phils. Jacob deGrom over 6.5 Ks for the, I was going to say the surging Rangers. They are not surging. They are just puddling along. Can you get to 84 wins, Rangers? Is that too much to ask? It probably is. Royals, just on a tear. Royals plus 116 at the Blue Jays from Jeff. And then Rockies Nationals over 8.5 at even money. There's a bunch of bets on the show today, man. Everybody was going like 4 or 5 deep, including myself. All of that on the show today. By the way, we're doing the fast futures, and we did the passing yards, and I like Caleb Williams, just sort of mirrors my full season play on him for most passing yards. We also took a glance at rushing and receiving, and we didn't really talk about this before the show, but we did briefly off air. We don't love these nearly as much, do we?
Yeah, Warren Danny. I mean, look, me and you are not, we're not the hardcore fantasy football guys, right?
No.
This is for fantasy football players right here.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor, for those who care, Jonathan Taylor, this is just a 3-week arc, right? Games 1, 2, and 3. Actually, it's weeks 1, 2, and 3. Nobody has a bye, though, those 3 weeks. Jonathan Taylor is the short shot for most rushing yards at plus 550. Jahmyr Gibbs is actually the short shot for most rushing touchdowns in the second column at 6-1, which is hard to argue with either of those two guys, I suppose. If there is a long shot, and by the way, Bijan's 12-1 and 16-1 respectively, which I find interesting. That has more to do with the Falcons.
Add another 0 to Devon Achan's most rushing touchdowns odds. Maybe the yardage, right? Like they're gonna try to use him as much as possible. There's no way he's getting in the end zone that many times.
I just have no intelligent handicap here to share on this one. Receiving yards,
it would be one of the favorites or nothing, right? Like these are the guys that are going to get 25 carries and they're going to get goal line carries.
We just highlight these because good on DraftKings and Caesars for putting these up. Receiving leader after 3 weeks, the left column, most receiving yards, most receiving touchdowns. In the right column, Puka, JSN, Jamar are the co-short shots for most receiving yards at plus 750. Most receiving touchdowns is actually Jamar, 9-1. And that makes complete sense. How about Justin Jefferson drifting, though, there? 11-1 yards, 25-1 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised it's not Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb right at the top of the board, correlating with the quarterbacks.
I mean, we were just talking about this a little off here. Like, Justin Jefferson thinks he's not perceived as like one of the best wideouts now because of his quarterback situation, I guess. You're still number 2 or 1A or 1B with Jamar.
Right up there.
Good call on CeeDee Lamb, though. That's an interesting call, too. 12-1 in yards, 18-1 receiving touchdowns. We've done all we can do. Prop points with Jeff and Nick next at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.